In the last few years, we've seen a lot of unique spins on the FPS genre. We've got retro revival boomer shooters, crazy new movement shooters, a decent collection of roguelike shooters, and there's even fucking gooner shooters. This wave of unique takes on the shooter has given us a whole new mashup, the rhythm shooter. One part Guitar Hero, one part Quake. This small subgenre has carved out its own little niche thanks to games like BPM, Metal Hellsinger, Robo Beat, and the subject of this video, TemoPunk. Before I get into the meat and potatoes, I need to give a little disclaimer. First, this is a first impressions video for a demo of an unreleased game, which probably has you thinking, why the fuck would I be doing that? Well, it's because the Lithuanian studio behind TemoPunk, named Mitima, asked if I wanted to take a look at their new game. Since I like to support indies and thought it looked pretty cool, I said yes. They were nice enough to give me access to the demo a day early so I could get the video out a little faster. However, I did not send them the script or video before publishing. We also didn't exchange money or any goods, unless you count the 12 terabytes of personal feet pics I sent them as currency. With that out of the way, what does TemoPunk do well, and what could it improve upon before its final release? We'll start with the music because bad or boring music can kill a game like this. I remember playing one back in the day whose soundtrack sounded more like an ad for how the Ram 1500 would make my cock fucking huge, not a soundtrack for circle strafing and blasting enemies. There's a reason we gave the Beatles their own rock band and not the fucking Lumineers. Oh boy, I can't wait to hit the stomp and clap buttons. I don't think that'll be an issue for this game. We've only been able to hear 3 songs so far, but I have liked all of them. Each track has a thumping 4 on the floor energy, which makes them easy to play along with. The songs varied in BPMs and subgenres too, which makes each level feel unique. The tutorial level is mid-tempo house, while the Pulse Red event going on Now TM is high-tempo hardstyle. When you have a really easy to identify and follow drum pattern on every quarter note, it makes locking in feel much more natural. I did find the hardstyle one a bit harder, but that's due to the fact that it's fast and it's meant to be tough. Unless you're on that drunk grandpa at a wedding type shit, I'm pretty confident you'll be able to find the beat on these songs. Mostly because the game does a lot to help you stay on time. Obviously there's the horizontal note highway, which is useful especially when you're first playing one of these songs. I also liked that this didn't take up the center of the screen like a lot of these games choose to do. There's also the visuals of the levels themselves. There's different mechanical doodads which all move along to the beat. Hell, even the enemies bounce up and down like they're dancing along, almost like they don't know that they're mere moments away from meeting all those puppies from the ASPCA commercials. If all the visuals aren't enough to keep you on beat, there's a few other tricks they do to try and help. If you scrub it up bad enough and get close to the sweet release of death, the music changes. The high end is sort of taken back a little bit, leaving your ears focused on a heartbeat. This helped me in a few intense do or die situations. The problem is we're a robot, and as a robot I can confirm we don't have hearts. Okay, so the music is good and gives you the tools to lock into the beat like a psychonaut rolling X at Lost Lands, but how does the combat actually feel? If I had one word to describe the combat of TemoPunk, it would be crispy. The movement is fast and fluid. Circle strafing around the arena feels easy, which gives you more brain power to stay on time. This is thanks to a basic movement kit. Your ground and air speed is fast. You've got a jump with a double jump, a slide, and a dash. I never felt like I was fighting with the controls. In a game like this, which can quickly get hectic, this is a really good thing to have nailed down. The guns have kind of the same approach, simple in a good way. It feels like each of the weapons is tailored to fit into particular playstyles. The pistol is a great tool if you can consistently stay on beat tapping. The shotgun is good if you can stay on beat in between longer pauses, and the revolver and AR spit out good long range damage, especially with good timing. All of these also sport unique secondary fire modes which I consistently forgot to use, so there's that. The guns feel really good because they give you instant feedback. You can hear and feel if you're offbeat, and it makes a really big difference in the combat efficiency. Offbeat shots sound like a Red Ryder BB gun, while on-beat shots sound like the free 50 cal I got from El Chapo for setting up his MySpace. The different sounds coincide with different amounts of damage. Offbeat shots only do a fraction of the damage, while perfect shots hurt more than my lower colon after the Mr. Beast 6-month Taco Bell challenge. And don't forget to reload on beat too. It takes weapons like the shotgun from what feels like an infinitely long reload into a quick flick of the wrist. When you're truly locked in, hitting perfect shots, moving around the arena hunting for more enemies, and vibing with the music, it's a great time. Hitting multiple perfect notes in a row made me feel like happy with the deagle. The easy pick up and play nature made it fun to hop in, run a few levels, and go for a new high score. It's simple in the way games like Doom and Quake are simple, which I honestly prefer because a good chunk of my brain is dedicated to poorly keeping time. I was really impressed with what I played. The music was good, the performance was well over 100 frames, and the hints at a story and world actually had me pretty intrigued. But there are a few places I think the game could improve if it really wants to take things to the next level. This section is mainly intended for the developers. You can still watch if you're not, but like, the demo's free on Steam. You can just go play the demo. I know my voice momentarily fills the vast chasm of loneliness that's taken hold in your heart, but the demo is free on Steam. I want to talk about the visuals first because I'm a bit torn on the aesthetic. I do love me some rundown city environments, I just feel like these could use a little bit more color. The soundtrack and trailers give me Outrun vibes, which is a musical subgenre with its own retro future neon-soaked visual style. I don't need RGB everywhere like an Asus ROG turd gobbler, but I think a few more neon accents could spice up the somewhat flat color scheme. While the core gameplay is good, I hope the final game is better at communicating certain things to the player. In between rooms, you're asked to pick between two guns, but it's a completely blind choice. It would be nice to see the damage numbers, secondary fire, and shot timing on the pedestal when you pick these guns up. Another aspect I think could be communicated better is when rooms are cleared. After you kill a certain amount of enemies, the doors will open, but there's some rooms which will spawn another set of enemies even after the doors open. I like the option of sticking around to kill more enemies and get a higher score that way, or try and go for speed. I just think it needs to be communicated better if a room will spawn more enemies. The most logical solution, since it's a music game, is to have music change when a room is fully safe. If you have the stems for these tracks, you could do what they do in Dota, where this is the music when you're laning, but then this is the music if a team fight breaks out. It's the same song, but there's more layers to it depending on what's going on. Of course, this wouldn't work for imported tracks, so you could just EQ it or something. If it wasn't clear already, I am neither a game designer nor a sound engineer. Compressor, buddy, I hardly know her. The last couple things are features from other games in the genre that I think could fit in here. The biggest omission I noticed was the lack of a combo system. Guitar Hero had me fiending like Stan Darsh to get those 100-note combos back in the day. It's a fun number to watch go up, and I think it would make the race for high scores even more interesting. Currently, dashing and sliding have beat marker indications, but I couldn't feel a real difference. Maybe you could dash or slide into enemies, which would send them flying away from you, or you could air slam, which would pop the enemies up. As it stands, if you hit these perfectly on time, it doesn't feel like there's any real difference. I feel like we should get some kind of reward for doing these actions on time. And for my last and dumbest note possible, what is the main robot's name? On the Steam page, it says that his name is C3V1N. This has caused me to spend an embarrassingly long time deciding if that's pronounced Seven or Kevin. I've never seen Kevin spelled with a C before, but I've also never seen Seven spelled that way either. If you're ever in the psych ward part of town, just swing on by and let me know which one it is. Overall, TemoPunk is shaping up to be a pretty interesting addition to the rhythm shooter subgenre. The short levels with good music made chasing high scores pretty addicting for me. I'm excited to see more of the levels shown in the trailer and to hear more bangers. And if I don't like those bangers, I can't help but notice this import music button, which has got me pretty excited. I can't wait to kill clankers jamming out to Bound 2 Chopped and Screwed 432Hz edition. If you like BPM, Metal Hellsinger, or Robobeat, you should really give this demo a try. It's free and I enjoyed the glimpse they've shown so far. Now if you don't mind me, I gotta jump back in and beat David Duke's alt account, and I'll see you in the next one.
That's right, we're Japanese.